Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach Jeff Copper. And today I'm here to talk to you about making decisions and those out there who call themselves perfectionists. I'm not a real wild fan about the whole perfectionist thing. That's really a kind of time for another show. But for the most part, our tip today, our discussion will help some perfectionism, not all of it. But needless to say, is many times people with ADHD have difficulty making some decisions, or they're not as conscious about kind of really what they're doing. And as a tool to help them step out and really make decisions is that notion of the time value of money. Let me give you an example. I was coaching a CEO about a year ago, and the guy was talking about doing his individual taxes. And the guy's time was probably worth about $400 an hour, just because he was the CEO of a company, was very well paid. And he was talking about having to learn QuickBooks and enter data into QuickBooks so he could manage his personal finances. And I'm like, why are you doing that? And he, well, because I need to do that. And I said, let's think about this for a second. You could pay somebody probably $25 an hour, maybe $30 an hour to do that. And you wouldn't have to go through the exercise of learning QuickBooks on a regular basis. So how much time are you going to spend doing this versus somebody who does it all the time? Because it's going to cost you, if it takes you an hour, it's going to cost you $400, or your value of your time is $400 compared to the $25 of somebody else. It was interesting because when I just reframed things back to him like that, all of a sudden, it took on a new meaning, and he went, wait a second, why am I doing this? This doesn't make any mistake. Excuse me, that doesn't make any sense. Now, of course, now you're always making $400 an hour, but realistically, things like I got cardboard that I'm saving for like boxes I need to, and by the way, my father passed away. I actually took 7 dump truck loads of cardboard to the dump, but that's just a side story. But needless to say, a lot of times we have things that are around that we're keeping for some reason, or that we think that would be useful in the future. And I'm just using cardboard as one of them. So if you've got some of that stuff around, you might be saving it because I might need cardboard to send a box or a package or something like that. You know, at the end of the day, you can usually get a box at Walmart for about 49 cents, maybe $1. Even moving boxes are like $1.25. And those moments, sometimes you begin to take a look at what is the cost of me keeping this and holding on to it first of just going out and getting something new, just to kind of replace it. Again, we're looking at the cost and the benefits. Sometimes we're just really trying to put a value on our time for what we're doing. I'm very bad at research. It takes me a really long time to research literally anything because I challenge. And so it's a lot easier for me before I get into something to say, wait a second, what's the value of my time? A lot of times I'm paying virtual assistants to do that stuff for me. It helps me determine and make decisions in some situations and helps me be effective. Also, when it comes to perfectionism, sometimes you can sit there and say, well, what's the cost of getting this absolutely perfect? It could be 3 or 4 hours of my time. And when you're saying yes to that, what are you saying no to? Well, I'm saying yes to getting this a little bit better that most people aren't going to notice. And I'm saying no to maybe run around with my friends. Again, the notion of using a cost-benefit analysis to try to take some tangibility to the time that you're spending, or those things can many times help those with ADHD actually kind of make decisions and let go of some perfectionism. Hope you've enjoyed this tip. If you haven't, please subscribe to our channel. We send out weekly tips, insights, and stuff to help those with ADHD move forward. And with regard to this, please leave a note, comment. What do you think? Does this make some sense? Do you have a better idea? Do you have a strategy used to help you make decisions? Either way, just let me know. With that, I hope you've learned something and gained some insights from this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.